Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to Homeridge Studio. The theme for today's video is butterflies, and I have 4 ideas to share with you. So let's get right into the video. Number 1, this could be a little shelf sitter or a little tier tray piece, and here's what I used to make it. Remember these from the Dollar Tree? There were 2 cubes that came in each other. Well, I use the one, and I have a bunch of these ones, and I don't know what to use them with, but here's an idea. So I have chalk paint in the color truffle, and I believe that's sheepskin. I have the terracotta pot from the Dollar Tree. I have this little piece of ribbon left over, and I have just some scrapbook paper. I'm going to show you in a minute what I'm going to use that for. I have moss, the little foam, and this pick that I've been using like all year. And I think I got it from Michael's, but I've had it for a while. Okay, so I'm just going to paint this piece here with the butterfly on it in the truffle chalk paint. And I'm going to paint the whole entire thing, just one good coat. And I'm going to go down about an inch on the inside. And I am painting the bottom as well. And while that's drying, I'm going to give the terracotta pot just one good coat of the truffle as well in the whole entire thing, but not the bottom. And I don't say this, but at the end, we're going to put these 2 pieces together. And if you want to cover up the bottom, you can put some felt or some cork on the bottom, and that would be fine. Or not, you can leave it alone. So after that's dry, I just take a dry brush and I dip it in the sheepskin. The sheepskin is basically an off-white color, and I'm just dry brushing this around the whole entire box here. And then I'm getting the edges really well. I like to outline these pieces, as you can see, and then I'm outlining the inside of that butterfly too. It just makes it pop more, I think. And I'm doing the same thing to the terracotta pot. So I'm just distressing it, making it kind of look like old worn wood. And that's what these 2 pieces look like when they're done. Now I have this little piece of ribbon, and I'm just going to put it in there. I'm showing you can use scrapbook paper, anything that you like. But I have this little piece of ribbon. I really like this ribbon. I'm almost out of it. And I thought this would work out really well. It just matches everything that I'm going to use for this little piece. And yeah, I just took and hot glued that on the inside. Yeah, I'm trying not to burn my hands. And I'm like, where is my spatula, my handy dandy spatula? I love this thing. I use it all the time. And initially, I always forget to put it on the counter when I'm crafting. So I always have to kind of walk away for a second. Now I have the Dollar Tree lace ribbon. I use this a lot. I really like it. And I'm just going to go around the bottom. And I'm just pulling that really tight. And I usually like to start this on a corner, but I didn't this time. But starting it on a corner, then you really can't see the edge here. I don't know why I didn't do that this time. Normally I do. But it's okay because that's the back. And then I'm going to do the same thing around the bottom of the terracotta pot. And I think this just finishes it off. It gives it a nice edge. And it pulls the 2 pieces together. And so I'm going to glue them together just like that. And I don't know what happened to the footage. It kind of got corrupted. So I just put the foam in there. I glued it down in there, and I put the flowers in there. I just clipped them off. I know you guys know how to do that. And yeah, I just glued all that in there. And that's really simple. And those little pieces are probably about 4 inches tall. And so I have these sticker butterflies, and I showed you the wood ones earlier. You can use wood ones, you can use anything you want, but I have these stickers from the Dollar Tree, and they're kind of like a 3D type thing. And I just took the wings and I pinched them together so they look like they're flying. And I put them on this little skewer. I have these little teeny skewers. You know the pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, the little teeny pumpkins that come on that really thin stick? That's what I keep those. I have a bunch of those, and they come in handy for things like this. Now you can paint these black, brown, green, whatever color. I just left them the natural color here, and I would tape them or hot glue them on. There's a little sticky thing on the back of that, and I stuck them on just for the purpose of this video, but they didn't stay, so they'll have to be reinforced another way. Now I'm just taking a little bit of this moss, a Spanish moss, and I'm going to stick it down in there so you can't see the foam. And now I'm just going to glue them together. Now to make this permanent, I probably would use a super glue. And I think this turned out so super cute. Okay, number 2. This is a wall hanger. And here's what I used to make it. Now the Dollar Tree has these wood squares. They're wood. They're really nice. They're thicker. They seem to kind of, I know the batch that I saw was slightly warped, but yeah, it's no big deal. I have the butterfly stickers from the Dollar Tree. I have the burlap ribbon. I have this pick. I don't know where I got it from. I've been using that for a while. And I have sandstone chalk paint. So I'm removing the hanger. We're not going to be using that at all. Matter of fact, I keep those too just in case, and I do use them for different things. And now I'm going to give this 2 coats of the sandstone chalk paint. And when that's dry, I took some Mod Podge. It looks like it's a lot. It's not. I had to put more on actually, but I'm putting a coat of Mod Podge on top of that, a thin coat. And then I'm going to use all of these butterflies. These are stickers, but not the 2 big ones. I wish I could have used the 2 big ones. I probably could have used one of them, but I put that the one right in the middle there. But that's okay because it works out just fine. Yeah, see, I tried to use it and it looked too crowded. That will be for another project. So now I'm just peeling off all these stickers. And if you've not used these yet, they're so pretty, but be careful. Like, pull them off very carefully because they do have a tendency to rip very easily. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to fill this whole entire board up with butterflies. And I did go to college for design and art and stuff like that. I did want to be an interior designer. I love that. And I was told in my design class, or in my painting class, in my drawing class, whatever class, the canvas or whatever you're working on, whether it be a wall or a wood piece or whatnot, you always want to fill the whole entire thing up. Come off the edge, as you can see what I'm doing right here. Come off the edge a little bit. Put half of it on, half of it off. Use the whole board. Don't put everything all in the middle because it's not interesting. When it comes off the side of, the edge there, then it kind of expands your vision. I hope that makes sense. So the little pieces that I clipped from the other pieces that came off the edge, I stuck them on too. And so now I just have the Dollar Tree rope. I have a bunch of this stuff. I always keep a bunch of both colors, and I'm just gluing it. Now I turned this board on the back so I can glue it on the back like this, so you cannot see any of the glue. And this video is sped up, but I had to go really slow because I didn't want the glue to seep through, and I was very careful with that. So when I get to the end, I started the end in the corner there. I clipped it off at an angle, and then I put some hot glue in both ends there. And then I waited until it cooled a little bit, and then I just pinched it together with my fingers, and you cannot even tell that the seam is right there. And now I just have a lighter, and I'm just burning the little fuzzy wuzzies off. And then this is one of my favorite quick and easy bows to make. I just cut a piece off. I did measure it. I wanted this to go on the corner, but it covered up too much of that butterfly, and I ended up putting it in the middle. But you just make a circle and you glue it. I do this a lot, this kind. And then I cut off another piece about an inch, inch and a half smaller, did the same thing, made a circle. And I'm doing it this way because I'm not going to use tails because it would cover, you know, the whole picture. Yeah, see, I think it would look cute in the corner, but yeah. And so now I just have some jute, and I'm just going to tie it. I get really fussy with these, so I had to stop the camera for a second to finish it. Yeah. And now I'm just going to glue it on the front there. Plus, it hides the 2 holes from the hanger. And now I have these buttons. I got like 100 of them from Temu. They were like, I don't know, $1 or something, or $2 or something. They're boho. Really cute. You'll see it up close at the end here. And I'm just going to glue that on. Then I wanted to put some greenery up there because I think it looks too boring. And I had to pop that button back off. But before that, I guess I'm going to put the hanger on. So I had some rope left, and I just glued it to the back there. And then I put some masking tape on top of that to hold it. And of course, if you're going to give this away or sell it, I don't think this matters much at all. If you're going to, you know, stain the back or not, you can just take like a strip of craft paper. I would just cut strips and put a square around it, and that would look just as good as just putting a whole piece on there, and it would waste less too. So I popped that button off, and I just put a couple little picks here. Not picks, just little pieces from my stash. And I'm going to put that button right back on. And I think this turned out so pretty. And if you like butterflies and you make something like this, you can make 2 of these. Just change up the butterflies, have them going in different directions and the different sizes and different areas. And this could be, you know, 2. You could hang one on top of the other, not on top, you know what I'm saying, like on the wall, so you can see it. And I think that would be absolutely gorgeous. Number 3. And this could be a tier tray piece or a little teeny wall hanging or a little shelf sitter. If you put a Jenga block behind it, you know, glue it. So I have the little breadboard thing from Temu. I have the butterflies from Temu, and they're coordinating. So the smaller one is the same as the larger one. These flowers are from Temu. Yeah, this is a Temu video. And I have some chiffon in off-white and like a rose color. Very pretty. But my sandstone chalk paint is from Walmart. So now I'm just taking this little paddle. I don't know what you call them. I just breadboard paddle, whatever it is. I had a bunch of these from Temu for, I think it was $5, and there were like 20 in a pack or something. They're really thin, and I want to show you. I took my blow dryer to it after I painted it, and it warped it. It did relax after a while, but I was like, oh no. So sometimes if you're not in a hurry, don't use your blow dryer. Let things dry naturally, and that goes for Mod Podge too. Okay, so now this is completely dry, and I did put 2 coats on that. I have this little fingers thing. I got that in a pack from Amazon. There's like a pack of 20, and they're not really reusable. You can throw them out. I have reused this and washed it out like 5 times already, and it's still in really good condition. And I have the Distress Oxide in my favorite color right now, Vintage Photo, and I'm just going around the edges with that, and then a little bit in the middle. And then now I have a Jenga block because I want to give this butterfly some height, or I want to raise it, I should say. And I'm going to put it on an angle. So one side is glossy, as you can see, and the other side of these butterflies are matte. So I'm going to put the glossy side down. I'm not a big, super high gloss person. Sometimes, it just depends on what I'm making, but usually I prefer the matte. In all my Mod Podge pieces that I do, it's always matte unless I tell you it's not matte until I would tell you whatever kind it is. And then these butterflies came with these like little dot stickers. And so I just took the little one and folded the wings so it looks like it's flying. These are so pretty. They come in a pack of, I don't know, like 100, and they were only a couple bucks, maybe less than $2, and you get tons of them in all different colors. Okay, so after I glued that on, now I have this chiffon, a little one and a little bit thicker one. This is so pretty. And I just knotted that, made a couple knots there. And now I have this, it's writing. You can't understand what it says, which is what I like about it, but I thrifted it. So if you like stamps, Dollar Tree has some and they're okay, but go to the thrift store. I have thrifted so many stamps from the thrift store, like, embarrassed to say too many, but they come in like big, huge, like those jumbo plastic bags for like $5. To me, it's worth it because some of these things are $5 for one. Anyway, I should have done this beforehand, but this was an afterthought, and this is why I'm doing it now. I just I'm putting the words on here. And I'm just moving the butterfly around. I didn't put any in the middle because I'm going to put flowers there. So these little itty bitty flowers I got from Temu. I think they were like, I don't know. I don't remember. But you guys, if you are interested in all this Temu stuff, they don't sponsor me at all whatsoever. I have a Temu video that was the one previous to this video. And this is where I got all these crafts that I'm going to be crafting like crazy with coming up. I got some good stuff. There's some good stuff and there's some not so good stuff. So watch my Temu video if you're curious. So yeah, I'm just clipping the little plastic thing off the back off these flowers so they lay flat. And I picked the coordinating flowers that matches the butterfly, and I'm just gluing them. And this is how it turned out. And I think this is so pretty. This is one of those things that I wasn't sure kind of what I was going to do. I kind of had a vision, but it turned out better than what I thought it was going to. Okay, number 4, last but not least, this is a shelf sitter. So I picked up this butterfly from the thrift store. I think it was $1.99. Might have been less than that. And then I have this paper also from Temu. It's kind of like a sepia or a sepia, however you pronounce that. Very, very faintly rose color, but mostly it's kind of gray, beige, and black. These stickers are from not stickers, from stampers, yeah, from America's Crafters. I have the wood butterflies, I have the Distress Oxide, and I have the stamping pad, I think from Michael's, the Aleene's glue that I'm loving. They're selling that at the Dollar Tree, and I have some tags from the Dollar Tree. So here's how I did this one. I did clean it, and I did take the stickers off off camera. I just took and put it down on the scrapbook paper. I made sure that I knew what was going to be in the middle of the butterfly. And then I kind of just cut it out. I didn't do anything fancy. I just wanted to get the paper on top of the butterfly. And now I took the Aleene's glue, put it all over the butterfly and pressed the paper down, and then used my brayer. And now I have these little itty bitty scissors, and I'm just clipping very quickly, clipping some of the excess away. And then I take my finger sander, and an emery board would be just fine. And I just remove the rest of the paper. And now I have my Distress Oxide again, vintage photo, and I'm just going over the edges with this. This looks so great with this paper. And I'd go a little bit heavier too, in the corners and the crevices. I think it just makes the piece pop. So now I have these stampers, and then when you first use them, you're supposed to file them down just slightly. And so that's what I'm doing there. When I had 2 different packs, and I think they were like 90 cents each or something. So better than the Dollar Tree, cheaper. And I have the little block there. You can get those from the Dollar Tree. And the bigger block that I put my words on earlier, I got that from a pack on Amazon, but I got that like a year ago or something. Anyway, but the little stamper block comes from the Dollar Tree, and then I just put the word beautiful and then the butterfly on it. And then I took my Distress Oxide again. Can you tell I'm liking it this video, huh? And I'm just going around the edge and in the middle. And now when that's all dry, because it'll stain your hands if it's not, and it'll smear, I'm just kind of taking it and crunching it up. And then I just took a piece of jute and I kind of put it in half and then pulled that through the middle, and yeah, just glued it right there on the top of the butterfly. And I think this turned out so super cute. And like I said, I'm just gluing it right in the back here. And this was so easy. All 4 of these projects were super easy. Mostly Dollar Tree stuff and some Temu stuff also. And this is how it turned out. And I didn't order from Temu for a long time, and I did finally order from them, and I explain it in my video. Some of their prices are great and some of them are not. But I decided to try it again. And if you do, they will text you and email you constantly all day long. So it gets a little crazy, but some of their stuff is really cool. So here is the whole shebang. Here are all the pieces that I made today. And also, I will let you know in an upcoming video, I am having a giveaway. It's a t-shirt, which I showed you in my Temu video, a finger sander, and a couple other things. But I will give you all those details when I'm ready to do my giveaway. I want to do it more sooner than later. I just haven't had a chance right now. I've been crazy busy, and with summer, as I'm sure all you have been crazy busy summer trying to fit everything in. So let me know which piece is your favorite. And that's all I have for you today, and I hope that you enjoyed my video, and I hope I have inspired you to get creative and have fun. Remember to subscribe, like, hype, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll be back very soon, and until then, you have a blessed and beautiful week. Bye.